here. That is acceptable to this House.
So you can suggest the appropriate word?
You guys come from him.
No, you can also suggest
I
it.
don't have words. He has words.
Okay. Suggest to him that he should use simple report.
You guys, he's a majority leader. I am not the leader.
Majority leader, they are asking you to use simple report.
I replace it with an ordinary report.
Yes, majority leader, you may do so.
Report of the Committee on Sanitation and Water Resources on monitoring visits to selected metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies in the Greater Accra and Ashanti regions to assess the state of sanitation.
Honourable members, the report has been duly presented. It is for the distribution to honourable members. Item numbered 8D.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, the chairman of the Finance Committee is here. Is that Adongo? Yeah.
Yes, Finance Committee Chairman, you have the floor.
Report of the Finance Committee on the request for the waiver of import duties, import NHIL, special import levy, value added tax, get fund levy, ECOWAS levy, AU levy, and EXIM levy on the importation of vehicles with engine capacity of up to 2.70 cubic capacity for foreign service officers returning from posting to the missions abroad.
The report has been duly presented. It is for distribution to honourable members. Item numbered 8E. Chairman of the committee. Item numbered 8E. Honourable members, we can take all together 8E I to V. Yes.
So not to preempt what the majority leader will say, but I'm coming under 97.3. A short explanatory statement in the report.
Again, the application is premature.
It's premature.
When a member gets up and lay, it is then that you can ask the member to give explanation, but not before laying. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we have three members of the committee, so we will elect Honorable Zuera Ibrahima to lay the reports on behalf of the chairman of the committee.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Report of the Committee on Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration on the bilateral agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Government of the Republic of Angola on the waiver of visa requirements for holders of diplomatic and service passports.
Please, let's take I to V.
Report of the Committee on Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration on the bilateral agreement between Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Government of the Republic of Serbia on the abolition of visa requirements for holders of diplomatic and official service passports. Report of the Committee on Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration on the bilateral agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Government of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria on the waiver of the visa requirements for holders of diplomatic and service passports. Report of the Committee of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration on the headquarters agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Afrobarometer. Report of the Committee of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration on the agreement under the United Nations Conventions on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction.
Yes. Honourable members, reports in item numbered 8E, I, IV, and V are all duly presented, and they are for distribution to honorable members. Yes, item numbered 9.
Mr. Speaker, before we go to 9, may I crave your indulgence and refer to Order 98, which says that a member, minister, or head of an independent constitutional body who presented a paper may withdraw the paper by leave of the House. Mr. Speaker, an agreement was presented by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources relating to a concession for the mining of lithium in the country. I have indications from the Minister that he wants to withdraw the agreement. He has traveled outside the jurisdiction in his capacity as the acting Minister for Environment. There is a major environmental conference in Nairobi, Kenya, to which the President was invited, and the President has asked him to represent him. He came and sought leave to absent himself in order to attend to that. But he's asked that his Deputy Minister, Honorable Yusuf, who is here with us, should be allowed on his behalf to withdraw the lithium proposed agreement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, ordinarily we will not be against the request by the majority leader. But this, such an important agreement that has attracted a lot of interest from the public, especially with the reduction of the royalties from 10 to 5%. We've heard from the CSOs, we've heard from a lot of mining experts in this country that Ghana ought to have negotiated this agreement and obtained far better terms if the government of the day so wished. So I would have expected the minister to have even come here with a very well-written statement with regards to this withdrawal, because it's very important. This House passed a resolution, and we believe that the terms that were agreed by the previous administration was the best. We listened to Sir Sam Jonah, we listened to a lot of mining experts who said that the agreement that was entered into was in the best interest of this country. But we don't know what led to the reduction in the royalties from 10 to 5%, and what has necessitated the withdrawal of this agreement. So I want to believe that my good friend and brother from Bole Bamboy, in the President's constituency, wearing the big shoes of the President in the chamber, will come and explain to us why today, of all days, you've decided to withdraw this agreement. Is it because of the public backlash? What has changed? Honorable Sule.
Honorable Patrick Yaubwama, I think you are completely out of order. wait if the person who is withdrawing the paper or the agreement is unable to proffer reasons, then you would be justified making the points that you are making. But before he being given the opportunity, and at the time that the application is being made for him to be given the opportunity, with all due respect,
Mr. Speaker,
yes.
You have Mama Yariga as the majority leader, and you know his tactics. I saw him on his feet even before I ended my submission. I know what Mama Yariga would have done before. So I anticipated him and said what I needed to say. So he's going to go, I know he's going to read Order 105 on anticipation. I know him. So, Sule, don't rely on your leader. Come and tell us why you are withdrawing this. Thank you.
Yes.
Leave of the House.
Yes. So let me hear you. The application is by the leave of the House.
Yes. Speaker, I think the honorable member is on all fours. He's right. Maybe it's the semantics and the way he put out his expression. The 98 is clear. And the trust of 98 is by the leave of this House. And we, as an integral part of this House, are requesting of him that he wouldn't just come and withdraw. He must withdraw and profess reasons why he's withdrawing. We are not out of the orders. We are fully on all fours. So, and I know him, he's preparing. He has put things together. He should just give us reasons why. Is it a response to the call by CSO and the public, or you are withdrawing to go and tidy up the agreement? That is why you are withdrawing. And this House needs to know. And also for the records. Honorable Sule, this is not beyond you. You can do it. Please, do it.
You see, let's do things timely. The application that the majority leader is making is for leave to allow the deputy minister, instead of the minister, to do the withdrawal. So at this particular stage, until and unless that application is granted, what is being said in a very premature manner. I get the sense of the House.
Speaker, he has made an application for the deputy minister to make the withdrawal. We are not litigating it. We support it.
Thank you very much.
So, Speaker, we are waiting on you to grant that application.
Yes, the application is hereby granted. Honorable Deputy Minister, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful. Mr. Speaker, I rise under Order 98 of the standing orders to seek your leave and the leave of the House to withdraw the agreement, the mining lease agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and Barari DV Ghana Limited for the mining of lithium and other minerals at Mekesim. And we are talking about 42.63 kilometers square in the Mfantsima district of the Central Region. Mr. Speaker, I've been asked to adduce reasons why we are withdrawing this. This was laid before the House on Tuesday, 11th November 2025, and was referred to the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources for consideration and to report to this House. Mr. Speaker, the reason for the withdrawal of this agreement is to enable the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to undertake further consultations with very relevant stakeholders prior to representing it to this very important House. Mr. Speaker, listening to my colleagues from the other side, They have made my work very easy. They have given reasons why there's a need for us to withdraw this agreement. He's saying that he's listened to very prominent people. He's listened to so many NGOs and civil society organizations, and they are all calling on us to do further works on this very important agreement. It is for that reason that the listening minister, the listening government has decided that we withdraw this agreement, do further work involving you in this, so that together we can move together. Mr. Speaker, I leave, and the leave is accordingly sought. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Patrick Obama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Minister and Government, we told you so. We did. We told you that you did not undertake wider consultation in this agreement around to listen to experts in the industry. What did you do in the first place? You didn't consult anybody. You came here and we told you that you brought a wrong agreement that was not in the best interest of Ghana. And you said you had the numbers. You pass it. We had our say. And you wanted your way, and you are back here to withdraw. Sule, why would you go with it if it's in the best interest of the country? We told you so.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, it is important to understand the context of this agreement. When the agreement was proposed to this House by the NPP administration, world price for lithium was very high, and therefore we demanded higher royalties. That is a fact. After the NPP left office and we took over, the world market price of lithium collapsed. It collapsed. And therefore, it became a disincentive for anyone to invest in mining lithium in this country. And that is why there was a need to lower the royalty rate in order to incentivize anybody who wanted to mine lithium in the country. Mr. Speaker, why are we withdrawing this agreement? We are withdrawing this agreement because there is a proposal coming back to this House for us to review generally the royalties for our natural resources. For instance, as we speak, gold prices have soared, they are very high, but we are still collecting very low rates of royalties. So the proposal is to change and structure our entire royalties regime to be pegged to world market prices of the minerals. So that, for instance, if we are taking 5% for gold and gold price is $30, when gold price goes to $200, we must be taking much, much higher. But because the agreements that come have fixed royalties and then we approve them in this House, when there is a change in the world market price, the ministers cannot run back immediately to amend the royalties component of the agreement. So we want to bring in a legislation that generally fixes for every mineral resource in this country royalty rates that are pegged to world market prices of the item. Today, Ghana would have been reaping so much from the gold, given the increase in world gold prices. The same with lithium. If the world market price is very low and you want to incentivize people, you may still maintain a lower rate of royalties. But when the market changes and the prices go up, automatically the person mining should pay to government of Ghana a higher rate of royalties. It is the decision to bring this broader legislation fixing royalties that has necessitated the withdrawal of this one, so that when the legislation comes, the legislation would determine the royalties, not just for lithium, but for every other mineral that is going to be mined in this country. Mr. Speaker, this is what is really informing the decision to withdraw this, as the minister works his way to come for a revision of our current royalties regime. So yes, we've listened to the civil society, we've listened to experts in the industry. We are still convinced that when oil prices for an item is low, you need to incentivize an investor to invest. But when the prices go up, the investor must also reward the country for giving them the opportunity to mine the resource in the country. That is the basic principle going forward that will inform the royalty regime of this country. Mr. Speaker, it is on this basis that we seek the leave of this House for the agreement to be withdrawn, so that when we carry out the reforms that we are considering, we can have a uniform royalties regime for all natural resources. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kobe Mensah. Honorable Patrick Yaboma, what do you want to speak to us on this issue?
Mr. Speaker, not to cut in, but that will be a very tall order for the government of the day, because they'll be veering into
You
areas,
didn't answer my question, so
areas
please,
of
kindly resume your seat.
regulatory
Honorable Patrick
expropriation.
Yaboma, with all due respect, please resume your seat. Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is first and foremost, sometimes they need to listen to our side. In most cases, they have always looked at politics away from businesses. In fact, when we brought the bill and the agreement here last year, they fought us. Until this year, when the communities themselves started fighting against them. Mr. Speaker, all over the country, where we have commodities, we've seen how these towns have developed. Obuasi, Takwa, and other places. Mr. Speaker, in every agreement, there's always a carried interest. There's always an investment agreement. There's development agreements. We have the windfall taxes that are usually applied when the prices of gold or whatever commodities go up. So every Ghanaian or every government knows these things happen all the time. So for them to come and tell us that because prices are now increasing, that is the reason why they are withdrawing. Mr. Speaker, I beg to differ, and I believe that they need to apologize to us. It's not because of, that's not the reason. If they want to change the laws of the country, they can always bring it. Sometimes they even come midnight to come and change the tax system. Why can't they do the same with the act? That gives us the percentages for the royalties and the rest. So, Mr. Speaker, I believe that the NDC should learn that when they make a mistake, they should come clean and say, we made a mistake. Instead of always trying to change the agenda and trying to create the impression that nothing has gone wrong. Mr. Speaker, I believe that it is time Ghanaians understand that the new order is coming to town. And the order is that every community that has mineral resources wants to see development in their communities. Unfortunately, most of the time when government takes the money into Accra, hardly do we see these things going back into the communities. So these days, unlike in the past, when Accra only were speaking, today the communities are also speaking. And they should understand that that is one of the key reasons why they are coming back to this house, because we gave the communities a better deal with that agreement than what the NDC currently have in this house. So we are happy. We are happy. We are happy. We are happy that they are coming to withdraw it and bring a better agreement so that the communities of this country benefit, not only for lithium, but for others. At least we gave them 10%. And what they brought to us, they said 5 and sliding scale. What is sliding scale? The minimum should be 10 or 15. Then we know that something better is going back into the communities to develop them. Mr. Speaker, with these few words,
Members,
support the idea that they are
based on the phrase that we are happy that the agreement is being withdrawn, I gather the sense of the House that we are not opposed to the withdrawal of the agreement. So, honorable members, I intend to grant the leave of the House for the agreement to be accordingly withdrawn.
Speaker,
Accordingly,
yes, Speaker, with respect.
yes.
Speaker, just some concluding remarks, and then we can draw the curtains. We are not opposed. We are not opposing you. We want
Very
you to
well,
withdraw
very
it.
well. Honorable Chief Whip, let me hear you.
Well, Speaker, first of all, I think that clearly our colleagues are eating a humble pie. There is no shame. There's no shame in this. You are gladly eating a humble pie, but there is no shame in it. We had warned you, we have given you, we have alerted you ahead of time that the path you were blazing was a slippery path, and therefore you needed to change course. Eventually, you are listening to us. Beautiful. That is how we want to proceed as a country. But the point I want to make really is that, Speaker, I am an environmentalist. I know the importance of lithium. Ghana, after the independence, our per capita income was same as Indonesia. Indonesia has 10 round lithium. Now, lithium constitutes about 70% of the accessories of renewable energy, i.e., solar panels and all that. And now we have a Ministry of Energy and Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. If we are withdrawing this agreement, we should be looking at how we can transition to ensure that we as a country can benefit highly from the lithium farm. It doesn't become a resource curse to this country. So, in the context of your research, when you are bringing it back, we want to see these things finding expression. You are nodding your head. Nod your head well. We want to see you amending your agreement so that for once, mobile phone accessories.
It's the government of Ghana. And we are part of Ghana. We are government of Ghana.
Speaker, so Ghana is transitioning. We are gladly transitioning. And I'm saying, when you are bringing the agreement, let us find expression. The
Honorable
usage
Chief Whip,
of-
hold it. Honorable member, why are you turning your back to the maize? Kennedy Nyako, why are you turning your back to the maize? Yes, Minority Chief Whip, you have the floor.
Speaker, these are matters I don't want to be repetitive. And I know the Honorable Yusuf is a listening minister. Convey this to your boss. He was a former leader in this house. We know him. He's also a listening person. We just want a situation where it will not just be resource found and then we are just exporting. What can we do? I hope that the way you are nodding your head, you are listening for good. Speaker, it's important. Indonesia has set the example. China has set the example. And there's a lot we can do with this lithium. It shouldn't just be one of the minerals that we have found and we'll just be exporting. Let's think about how we can make good use of these minerals to the benefit of the people of this country. I thank you, Speaker, for the space granted.
Yes, honorable members, we can all realize from the sense of the House that there is no opposition to the application to have the agreement withdrawn. Accordingly, leave is hereby granted. The agreement under reference is hereby withdrawn. Yes. Majority Leader, do we move to item 9 now and take B and C? Honourable Majority Leader, in the meantime, permit me to acknowledge the presence of students in our midst. We have Kutunse MA Basic School. The leader is Victoria Doe. Head facilitator, they are from Amasamai, the number 67. We have Pentecost University Law Student Union, led by Samson Ado and Kennedy Amwaku. Presidents, they are from Sotum, the number 70. And then we have Messiah Tindeku School, led by Philomena Azila, administrator, and they are from Punkataman, so they numbered 100. On behalf of the House, I welcome you. May you have a fruitful stay. Thank you very much. You may resume your seats. Yes, Majority Leader. Yes.
Speaker, we had earlier informed the majority leadership of an earlier call for a committee of the whole. Next week, we are likely to rise, and there are outstanding matters that have not been resolved, and the majority leader agrees. We had earlier also called for the PRC. The PRC has been here since morning, so I know he wants to call for other businesses to be prosecuted, but these matters are important. Can we break into a committee of the whole, deal with the PRC?
Rest assured, we'll do that once there is some agreement at the Presidency. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister for Finance is not in the chamber, but his deputy is here. And in keeping with our practice, I'll crave your indulgence for us to allow the deputy to present
Deputy
item
Minority Leader.
9B.
Deputy Minority Leader, the application is the Deputy Finance Minister should do the presentation of the bill on behalf of the Minister.
Please, we are in agreement.
Very well. Yes, Deputy Minister for Finance. Item numbered 9B.
Oh.
Presentation and first reading of bills.
An act to amend the Bank of Ghana Act 2002, Act 612, and provide for related matters.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, if the Deputy Minister can give us a brief explanation about what amendment he seeks to do on that.
Yes. Honorable Deputy Minister for Finance, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there are only a few amendments we are seeking to do to the Bank of Ghana Act, and it is to strengthen the autonomy, the independence of the central bank, and also limit the monetary financing by the central bank. And so these are the main points of the amendment that we are seeking to do to the Act. Thank you.
Honourable members, the bill is read for the first time and referred to the Committee on Economy and Development for consideration and reports. Yes, Majority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, some slight amendment to our order paper. Item 9C is to be presented by the Minister for Transport, not the Minister for Roads and Highways. So, Mr. Speaker, subject to that amendment of our order paper, the Minister for Transport is here and ready to present item number 9C.
Yes, Majority Leader, you are right. It should be Minister for Transport, not Roads and Highways. Yes, Minister for Transport. Yes, Honorable Habib.
An act to amend the road.
Mr. Speaker, earlier on, the chairman for the road committee, he got up and bowed. So that's what I was drawing attention. But the
Minister for Transport, you may bow again for, yes.
An act to amend the Road Traffic Act 2004, Act 683, to provide for the use of motorcycles tricycles, and quadricycles for commercial purposes, the development of standards for seat belts and other safety equipment, and for related matters.
Honourable members, the bill is duly read for the first time and referred to the Committee on Roads and Transportation for consideration and reports. Yes, Honourable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, the 9C as amended to be done by the Minister responsible for transport. The Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2025. If the Minister can give us explanation, because it's a very big thing, if the Minister is ready to give us explanation.
Very well. Yes, Minister, you have the floor. He wants to hear your voice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2025, Mr. Speaker, seeks to provide to sanitize the road transport services sector. Of recent, we've been having a lot of issues that has to do with our road users, and this bill seeks to bring about some stricter punishment to road users, bring about safety measures to the road users, and also provide for the effective and efficient usage of our roads. The bill seeks to provide for limits in determination of alcohol concentration in our drivers. Of late, we have realized that a lot of accidents are due to human factor. That includes drivers driving under alcoholic content and also under stress driving. And this bill seeks to bring about the limitation from 0.08% of alcohol concentration in drivers to 0.05%. And this, we believe, will help sanitize our roads. Again, Mr. Speaker, it also seeks to provide for the usage of motorcycles and tricycles for commercial purposes, for fair-paying activities. This will create jobs for our youth who are desirous to earn a living or have employment within the road transport sector. Again, Mr. Speaker, it also seeks to reduce age limit from 25 years to 21 years, those who are interested in having employment in the transport sector. All this is also determined to develop a standard in our transport system, especially our seat belts, our protective gears. This will bring about improvement in transport sector. And we believe that when this bill is considered and passed by this House, it will help us to control, monitor, and discipline the recalcitrant drivers and also create jobs for our people. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister for Transport. The referral still stands. Yes, Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we want to bury the other paper and turn our attention to motion 44.
Very well.
44.
Honourable members, yes.
We have been cooperating.
Yes.
This one we are opposed. We have to break into committee of the whole. No, it's past 2 o'clock. No, and we are meeting two very important entities. Huh? No,
Honourable
Speaker,
Minority Leader,
Speaker.
This one, I take the responsibility for it. I would request that the second Deputy Speaker takes the committee of the whole, because I have a committee meeting at 3 o'clock. So we'll break into a committee of the whole appropriately.
Speaker, we will defer to you. But
Yes.
they should know, this was not one of the things we discussed at conclave. You spring a surprise like that, it affects us. We had agreed that when we take these items, we'll proceed to have committee of the whole, and the PRC will meet them. This was not spoken to. Echampo, you never mentioned this business. You never mention it. No. Say it to the microphone. You never mention it. You never mentioned it. This is a surprise.
Well, your point is well noted, yes. Item number 44, motion, Minister for Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill 2025 be now read a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Chairman of the committee. Motion move for second reading. You may now present the committee's report.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I write to second the motion.
You present the committee's report. This is second
I present
reading.
the committee's report. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Habib, I keep advising you on this matter. Under 2153 is very clear on this matter. The chairman or any member of a committee can present a committee's report, and you keep repeating yourself on this matter. Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I present your committee's report, and then I call on the Hansa Department. Mr. Speaker, I personally presented 2 copies to the leadership of the minority side. I gave you a copy, and you still don't have a copy. And it has been loaded on the console. Technology, this virtual assets. We are talking about virtual assets. Technology. Yes, and this virtual report. I gave you hard copies and soft copies, and you are complaining. Check the console. Check the console. You are a young parliamentarian, and you are behaving like a BBC man. It's loaded.
Or your console. Go to your seat.
For Richard Champon, hold it. Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, ordinarily I won't do this. My colleague is a leader of this house. Mr. Speaker, you said chairman of the committee. The first thing he should have done under our standing order, he's not the chairman of the committee. He shall seek your leave that he or your permission that he's a member or he's a vice chairman to do that. And secondly, Mr. Speaker, we just saw the report now on the console, but there is no hard copies available. So first, he should seek your leave that he wants to present the report because he's not the chairman, because you said chairman of the committee. And before he proceeds.
The point is well noted. Leave is hereby granted. Honorable Richard Achampong, may you proceed to present the report of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I'm not the chair of the committee, rather the vice chair of the committee. Mr. Speaker, I call on the Hansa Department to capture the entire report as having been presented, and then I'll go to the rationale of the virtual assets bill before the House. Mr. Speaker, item 4.1. The virtual asset economy is reshaping the financial landscape of the country in a rapid, informal, and often invisible manner. Ghana ranks 29 globally in the adoption of cryptocurrency. With 3.1 million users of cryptocurrency, stablecoins operate as de facto foreign exchange instruments. Peer-to-peer groups facilitate unregulated transfers, and young Ghanaians interact with virtual asset platforms without any institutional guidance. Although these shifts are happening outside the perimeter of the former financial system, the effects are beginning to echo within the financial system. Mr. Speaker, I turn to item 70, observations. Mitigation of global financial risk. 7.1, Mr. Speaker. The committee observed that emerging trends in our global financial market, including the introduction of virtual asset services, pose risk to Ghanaians as they interact with such platforms without institutional guidance and regulatory framework. There is the need to provide regulatory measures to mitigate such risks to protect the interests of Ghanaians by passing the bill. The passage of the bill will address such issues and also provide clarity, certainty in the key requirement for provisions of virtual asset services in the country. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by reading item 8.1. After careful consideration, the committee is of the view that a legal framework is necessary for the effective regulation and supervision of virtual asset service providers in the country. Mr. Speaker, this is a very emerging trend in our country, and even Momo transactions, we are not able to control it. So if there's no regulation in place to deal with such matters, it poses a clear challenge to all of us. And we have about $4.1 trillion investment in the wallet, and there's no regulation managing it. So if there are issues, it becomes very challenging for people to even identify who did what. So it's about time we put in place this regulation to monitor this space.
Honorable Vice Chairman, in conclusion,
respectfully, Mr. Speaker, I call members to support this bill so that we'll pass it, and then we'll get a legal framework to regulate this space for all of us, so that there will be sanity in the financial sector. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Honourable members, the motion move report duly presented. It is for the consideration of the House. At this point, we shall debate the rationale, the brain behind the bill. I'll give the floor to the ranking member for roads and transport.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think the bill has come at the right time. I, for instance, had the opportunity to sit in a meeting, one of the World Bank meetings in Washington, and this issue was raised. Mr. Speaker, this virtual asset service providers makes a lot of billions of dollars without paying taxes to the country. You know, all these cryptocurrencies, people are transacting using cryptocurrencies to buy huge assets somewhere, and they are not making anything. They are not paying anything to the state. Ghana is losing a lot of revenues, and I think this bill will offer or provide the needed platform for us to regulate the sector, so that government will be able to get the required or the revenue that it deserves. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the amount of money, the last time I was reading about it, Ghana is losing almost more than $1 billion every year, because people now, instead of carrying the money to do physical transactions, they are doing everything virtually. And I think this bill will help us regulate the entire sector, entire system, to make sure that those people who are transacting these virtual cryptocurrencies and other financial instruments online will be able to pay the required revenues to or taxes to the state, so that we can have enough money. So, Mr. Speaker, I think all of us need to support this bill and get it done. And with these few words, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to...
Thank you very much, Honorable Kennedy Nyako. Yes, Honorable Dr. Kabiru. Then I'll come to Honorable Adongo. And then, having gathered the sense of the House, we'll draw the curtains down and make progress.
Thank you
yes,
very much,
Honorable
Mr.
Dr. Kabiru.
Mr. Speaker, the report of the Finance Committee before us seeks the approval of this House on this important bill, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, currently, our financial architecture or Ghana financial market is regulated by 3 basic laws. The Bank of Ghana Act, we have the Payment System and Services Act, and we have the Anti-Money Laundering Act. Mr. Speaker, these regulatory or legal frameworks addresses challenges of payment system in respect of the formal or traditional payment systems. But there is an emerging financial sector. There is an emerging financial world that Ghana is not an island. Ghana is part of that global financial architecture, and that is the digital economy. Mr. Speaker, volumes traded in terms of the digital economy, in terms of the financial volume, the money involved is so huge that Ghana is losing out in a lot of financial gains that will have come to the country. Mr. Speaker, this country is preparing for the third round mutual evaluation on money laundering, terrorism financing, and proliferation financing. The measure of your country preparedness to deal with money laundering, to deal with terrorism financing, to deal with proliferation financing is at the core of this bill. Mr. Speaker, the committee has had extensive engagement with the Ministry of Finance, with the Bank of Ghana, and then SEC, who are sponsoring this particular bill. And they have explained in extenso the rationale of this bill. And I think that the report captures the brevity, the broad contours of the rationale of this bill. Mr. Speaker, but there is something that more important that we need to avert our mind to in terms of the detail economy. Mr. Speaker, we are in this country where we are told of cryptocurrencies and that the participation of the youth and even sometimes members of parliament in this particular industry where they see cryptocurrency as a safe haven for the investment of their financial instrument, a way of diversifying their financial portfolio. Mr. Speaker, they are doing it at a risk because we do not know when a next crisis is going to come in terms of the digital economy. Mr. Speaker, imagine that I have $1 million by way of stable coins. Imagine I have $1 million by way of, let's say, cryptocurrency transaction. And without any legal framework to address that, it's a great risk for the country. And I think that, Mr. Speaker, this House will have to approach this bill with alacrity. Mr. Speaker, the last thing I want to note on is the fact that when you look at transaction within the digital world, people are now using digital currency. People are now using cryptocurrency as a store of value. And even we are talking about stability of our currency, Mr. Speaker. The fact that the Ghanaian cedi is being at the mercy of the United States dollar because we don't have diversified ways of handling or trading. If I want to buy goods and services in China, Mr. Speaker, and I have my wallet with digital currency, I could easily transfer to another jurisdiction. But, Mr. Speaker, without rules guiding this, people will run away with our money. And so, Mr. Speaker, for me, and from the committee perspective, I feel like the Bank of Ghana wouldn't have come at a better time. But we must note that the initiative to implement digital transaction and having virtual access bill started in the last administration. That the Bank of Ghana, realizing this threat, as far back August 2024, issued guidelines to guide financial and digital transaction. This is a continuation of that initiative, and I think that a bipartisan approach and a bipartisan support for this bill is very important so that we can see the bill come to the light of day. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I support that this committee should actually adopt the report of the committee.
Yes, Honorable Azikadongo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is refreshing to realize that there appears to be a bipartisan support for this bill. Mr. Speaker, we are living in a world that is fast growing. The days of the cowrie shells are gone, and even the days of using fiscal cash is fast eroding. And that fintech and digital transactions will now rule the world. And we are talking in billions of dollars. But in there also puts this country at a major risk. The risk of not being compliant with anti-money laundering activities, the risk of Ghana becoming a safe haven for terrorist financing, and also the possibility of another NAM1 emerging in our country. It is for this reason that we need to formalize the digital ecosystem and ensure that we are prepared legally and functionally to be able to deal with the threats that this poses. But also to ensure that in addressing the risk, we are taking advantage of the opportunities that it presents in terms of job creation and raking a lot of government revenue to support development. So, Mr. Speaker, it is very clear that this bill has been long in coming, and the Parliament of this House cannot afford to let this opportunity slip by. I therefore call on my colleagues to support this bill so that we can proceed to develop the legal framework that will support the emergence of this industry. Mr. Speaker, I so support.
Thank you, Honorable Kwabi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, I believe that the world is changing, and the young ones are currently getting on board these new digital currencies, especially this crypto. We have other forms of these currencies. Mr. Speaker, Ghana has even delayed in coming out with these guidelines and regulation to regulate this space. Initially, when crypto started, people thought that they were only used for bad things. But today, big banks, big companies are now moving to crypto because of the ability to use it in tokenization. Mr. Speaker, one of the biggest challenges we have in this country is the documentation of our lands. All over the world now, they are trying to tokenize, or what I would say, trying to portion land into pieces and be able to still track them in an area or a system that is peer-to-peer, that is not centrally controlled. And I believe that this is one area, Ghana, that's the junction that we are in now to regulate it. And therefore, I do believe that everyone here should support it for us to get the Bank of Ghana to get involved as quickly as possible to make sure that it survives. Mr. Speaker, if you take the American economy with their huge debt, they are all moving to crypto. Even the US government is moving to crypto to be able to manage some of it, the true stable coins and the others. And all over the world, because of that, because of the weaponization of the dollar along the way, people are now moving either into gold or into crypto. And I believe that since Ghana is not an island on its own, it is time we also get involved. In fact, I still say that we have delayed, because about 3 years ago, the Bank of Ghana issued a statement saying that people doing crypto were doing so at their own risk. Today, we are happy that they've come with regulation for us to support it. And I believe that by partisanly, we should be able to sit down and get the bill worked out and make sure that this regulation comes into fruition. With these few words, Mr. Speaker, I believe that we should support and get work going.
Finance Minister, I want you to be concluding. Yes, minority leader, yes. So, Finance Minister, you may conclude.
Thank you.
Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am excited that every member in this House seems to support the idea to regulate the virtual asset industry. And I would want to excite my good brother Kabir by confirming that, yes, this process started in the previous regime. The Bank of Ghana in 2024 actually had an extensive stakeholder engagement, and subsequent to that issued some guidelines to direct users of this virtual asset. However, we all know that guidelines is not enough, it's not adequate to regulate the sector. And so it is important that we have a robust act that will help protect all users. Mr. Speaker, I just want to give this information. Last year, Ghana recorded over $6 billion in cryptocurrency alone in Ghana. And this is by chain analysis. And this year, the figure has hit $10 billion US. So this shows how exposed our financial system is to the virtual asset sector. And so it is important that we regulate it to protect users and also to generate revenue to develop this country. And so I'm happy that we are receiving this support. I urge all members to pay attention so we go through clause by clause to pass this bill. And also, January next year, we are subjecting ourselves to the third round mutual evaluation It is important that we demonstrate as a country that we are ready to fight money laundering, we are ready to fight terrorism financing, and all the associated risks that are with it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honorable members, the motion for the second reading of the Virtual Access Service Providers Bill 2025 has been fully debated under Standing Order 127, and at the conclusion of the debate, the question is, as many as are in favor of the motion, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted. Yes, go ahead.
An act to regulate the provision of a virtual asset service in or from the country and to provide for related matters.
Now, the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill 2025 is duly read for the second time. Honourable members, the Virtual Access Service Providers Bill 2025 is now at consideration stage.
I want to draw the attention of the front bench. You see all your empty seats. Look at your empty seat. I don't want to evoke constitutional. Speaker, we won't agree. Go and bring your numbers. Go and bring your numbers to pass your bill. All these empty seats. Yesterday you had a field day. Today it will not happen. We are against. Speaker, they should go and get their numbers. Chief Whip, where are you? Deputy Whip, you see your empty seat. We told you you need us. You said we should walk away. The minority go away. Now you need us to do your bill. Speaker, they need us. They should go and get their numbers. You have 189 and you cannot marshal half. Where is the chief whip? Where is your chief whip? Speaker, where is the chief whip? He's nowhere to be found. The deputy leader is pleading. The deputy leader is pleading. And you are saying you don't need a minority. Now you see you need a minority. Now you appreciate the power of the minority. You need us. We both need each other. What are you going to say? Go and bring your numbers. Sit down. Go and bring your numbers. Look at all these seats empty. Here, empty. There, empty. And you want to pass your bill. Huh? Me, I'm not in government, oh. You are in government. Speaker, we cannot take a decision. I don't want to come under 104 and invoke anything, but they should whip some numbers. Call your members to come. The president is watching you. Whip. Your whip. You just cable. Speaker, they should get their numbers.
Yes. Honourable members, the Virtual Access Service Providers Bill 2025 at consideration stage. Clause 1.
Application of this act.
Chairman of the committee. Clause 1. Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, there is no advertised amendment to clause 1, but it is for the consideration of the House.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, the chairman is here and he's on phone. And your bill is under consideration and you're on phone. No, you are the chairman. No, the chairman is here. Because the chairman is here.
So
he must move the
you've now withdrawn the permission for the vice chairman to conduct the business. Honourable members, there be no advertised amendment to clause 1. It is, however, for the consideration of the House. any proposed amendment? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment, I will put a question. The question, therefore, is as many as are in favor of clause 1 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 1 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 2, Chairman of the
Relevant
committee.
regulatory authorities.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is, however, for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 2 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 2 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 3, Chairman of the committee.
Functions of relevant regulatory authorities.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, no advertised amendment. It is for the consideration of the House. Any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 3 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 3 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 4.
Powers of relevant regulatory authorities.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, any proposed amendment? There being no proposed amendment, the question is, Honourable, there being no proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 4 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 5.
Establishment of coordinating committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment to clause 5? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 5 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 5 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 6.
Qualification to provide virtual asset service.
Honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. All honourable members standing should kindly resume their seats. All honourable members standing should kindly resume their seats. Honourable member in the white dress, why are you turning your back to the maze? Honourable members, let's take note of the rules. You cannot turn your back to the maze. Honourable members, in the absence of any advertised amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 6 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 6 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 7.
Requirements to register.
Chairman of the committee, clause 7.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment by any member of the House, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 7 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 7 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 8, Chairman of the committee.
Application for registration.
Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is, however, for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 8 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 8 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 9.
Consideration of application.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 8 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 8 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 9.
Grant or refusal of application.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. The question is, as many as are in favor of clause 9 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 9 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 10. Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no amendment to clause 10.
Honourable members, it is for your consideration. The question is, in the absence of any amendment, those in favor of clause 10 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 10 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Yes, honourable member.
Mr. Speaker. It's just a report. Bill is not here.
Honourable member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a very important bill, Mr. Speaker. Very, very important bill. But, Mr. Speaker, we have the report of the committee on the council, but the bill is not attached to it. And, Mr. Speaker, we are asking for amendment proposals, we are asking for consideration, and we don't even know what it is that we are happening in this house, because we don't have the bill. And, Mr. Speaker, this is a very important bill. Again, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honourable member, please. Honourable member, please, with all due respect, I am reliably informed by the table office that for some time now, each member has a copy of this particular bill. Further, honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, let there be order. And honourable members, I have been in this house for some time. When a bill is under consideration and you don't have a copy, all you need to do is to request the table office to make a copy available for you. That has been the practice. That has been the practice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, these matters keep going on, especially for us who are new in this house. I have been consistent in my appeal to you that in a lot of cases, Mr. Speaker, we are not so. These are very important matters that need us to go through, find out from the industry players, take advice as legislators so that we can make meaningful contribution. In a lot of cases, Mr. Speaker, I have made this point that bills and documents are just put on the console, and we come here and we have less than 30 minutes to go through and look at it. Meanwhile, we have emails. We have emails that these bills can be sent to our mail.
Honourable member,
Mr. Speaker,
please listen and listen carefully. I have no ground to doubt the table office that this bill has been distributed. Not today, not yesterday, but for some time now. This bill has been on the order paper for second reading for more than a week. Yes, Honorable Minister for Communication.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the gentleman who just spoke said that for new members, and we can understand that, because the practice of the House is that when bills are tabled, and this has been on the other paper for a whole week, the bills are sent to your pigeonholes over a week ago. And so you are new to the House. take your time and understand the practice of the House. But, Mr. Speaker, it's important that we understand one thing. There's a reason why Parliament has gone electronic. You are dealing with a virtual asset service providers bill. It's a virtual bill. You want to deal with paper every time. Why? Move digital and don't be analog. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, this is not a matter for debate. So if you are so much interested in the bill, contact the clerk at table and a copy will be made available for you. So I expect all other members standing to kindly resume their seats. Please resume your seat. Honorable Majority Leader, any indication as to where we should stop and do a committee of the whole?
Mr. Speaker, I have checked, and the reason why there are no issues or contentious issues is because the relevant committees went through it thoroughly, preferred some amendments. Those amendments were incorporated, and the bill reproduced with the amendments already incorporated. That is why there shouldn't be any issues. And so, Mr. Speaker, if we can just get up to clause 50, and then we can take a break from there.
Very well. Yes.
Speaker, I think that it was not for nothing that the winnowing committee was put together. And even though the committees relevant may have dealt with the bill, I was just trying to relate to the vice chairman of the committee. We need to make good use of the winnowing committee. I'm a member of the winnowing committee, and I don't remember there was a meeting called on this matter. That is not to say that anybody wants to put an impediment, but we are saying that let's make good use of the winnowing committee. And there are a number of colleagues who are first-time members who also wish to learn. So let's take this into consideration and make good use of the winnowing committee going forward.
Yes, honorable member, let me also place it on record that mostly the winnowing committee will set in when there are multiple amendments to the bill. Then the presiding officer can refer those amendments to the winnowing committee so that the winnowing committee will deal decisively with those amendments to reduce the workload on the floor. And honorable members, these days we've been asking that the leadership of the Constitutional League, who are mostly members of the winnowing committees, should join the relevant committees to look at bills. Now, when that is done, by way of some practice, the amendment at those levels will be referred to the Aegis Department, who in turn integrate it into the bill. And then the bill comes very clean. Hence, it has very little or no amendment to the bill.
I will not contest that, except to add that you recall when we were doing, there was a particular bill, I don't remember, maybe Honorable Kabiru would wish to remind me, and you had counsel that the chief whip should tap into all the members who have shown potentials in the making of the bill. That's because we defer to you when it comes to these matters. I have seen your exploits when it comes to lawmaking in this House. The danger is that we should look at the attrition rate and how we can get members who have shown the interest and potential in lawmaking. So there are notable names, I don't want to put out any names, there are notable names on both sides. The honorable member for, I think, Yendi, Kabiru, a few others we must consciously get them onto the winnowing.
Yes,
committee.
it is Kabiru's committee that considered this bill. Kabiru is part of Finance Committee, and he will attest to the fact that he was part of the Finance Committee that gave consideration to this bill. Or Dr. Kabiru, is that not right?
Mr. Speaker, that is very right. It is right that the committee considered it, and it's also right that most of the proposed amendments have been factored in. But the issue is that the new version of those amendments has not been served on members. That's just the only issue. But the previous bill, I think every member had a copy of it. We went through it and proposed some amendments. Those amendments were incorporated into the new version, which is before this House. So, and I think that is the only part, Mr. Speaker. But the point that was made by my leader is to the effect that winnowing is a place for us to also learn, and other members to learn. So he's just saying that let's use it to nurture the talents of Parliament.
Yes, I understand. But what is the meaning of winnowing? If the bill is clean, what are you going to winnow? That's the point. But Dr. Kabiru, I can assure you that those who are agitating that they don't have a copy of the bill, the old one too, they don't have it before them. They really do not have it before them. So, honorable members, the practice is that whatever document you find in your pigeonhole, take a little time out of your schedule to read them. Honorable members, clause 11.
Change of information.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, before I move to clause 11, like you did say, we invited all those members to join the committee from both sides. So the amendment that they proposed, we incorporated everything in the bill. So it's not like we are just rubber stamping everything. No. So, Mr. Speaker, clause 11, there's no advertised amendment.
Honorable members, no advertised amendment to clause 11. It is for the consideration of the House. Any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is as many as are in favor of clause 11 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 11 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 12.
Duties of registered person.
Mr. Speaker, there's no amendment from the committee.
Honourable members, it is for your consideration. Any proposed amendment to clause 12? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is as many as are in favor of clause 12 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 12 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 13.
Validity and renewal of registration.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 13 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 13 is accordingly ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 14.
Requirement to obtain virtual asset service license.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is as many as are in favor of clause 14 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 14 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 15.
Application for virtual asset service license.
Honourable members, we can barely hear. Clause 15.
Application for virtual asset service license.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment to clause 15? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is as many as are in favor of clause 15 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 15 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 16.
Consideration of application.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no amendment from the committee.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment to clause 16. In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 16 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. Clause 16 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 17.
Grant of application.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 17 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 17 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 18.
Register of holders of virtual asset service license.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment to clause 18? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 18 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 18 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 19.
Change of information.
Yes, Chairman of the committee, any proposed amendment to clause 19?
Mr. Speaker, your committee has no amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment to clause 19? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment to clause 19, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 19 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 19 is ordered to stand part of the bill. I will direct the drafters to check the heading of clause 11 and 19. Clause 20.
Validity and renewal of virtual asset service license.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendments? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 20 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 20 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 21.
Registered office.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, your committee has no amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 21 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 21 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 22.
Notice of activities.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 22 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 22 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 23.
Directors.
You are told no be in vain.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there's no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? Honourable members, in the absence of any amendment to clause 23, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 23 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 23 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 24.
Qualification of senior officers, trustees, beneficial owners, and shareholders.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised
It
amendment.
is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is as many as are in favor of clause 24 standing part of the bill say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 24 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 25.
Appointment of senior officers and trustees.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, your committee has no amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment to clause 25? Honourable members, in the absence of any amendment to clause 25, the question is as many as are in favor of clause 25 standing part of the bill say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 25 is ordered to stand part of the bill.
Speaker,
yes.
There is an understanding that we exit at 25 and then go and break into committee of the whole.
Very well.
So there's an agreement.
Yes,
yeah, Mr.
Majority
Speaker,
Leader.
Yeah, there is an agreement, so.
Yes.
Speaker, indeed, we had agreed that we'll do up to clause 25, then we would abandon consideration, and then go and do whole committee of the whole, then we'll come back and continue. So that's agreement.
Very well. So, meanwhile, this will bring us temporarily to the end of consideration stage. Honourable members, the House is accordingly reconstituted into a committee of the whole.
I think we should dispatch this.
Honourable members, in the meantime, let me acknowledge the presence of students from Home of Glory Academy, led by Mr. Emmanuel Okine. Mr. Emmanuel Okine is the proprietor of the school. They are from Obum Domiabra. They numbered 74. May I use the opportunity to welcome you to Parliament of Ghana and to indicate that in Parliament we don't clap, we say here, here. Thank you very much. You may resume your seats. May you have a fruitful visit to Parliament. So, having constituted the House into committee of the whole, we may call on the Marshal to make sure that the gallery is cleared.
And before yesterday, I think 2 weeks ago, after the High Court gave its judgment declaring that there should be a rerun, a member on our side attempted to stop Honorable Matu Yindam from speaking on the floor. So it called for a ruling by the Speaker. The Speaker indicated in his ruling that you cannot stop Matthew from participating in Parliament, because even though there is a judgment that says that there should be a rerun in his constituency, which effectively is an indication that his election has been nullified by the court. But you have to wait for 7 days, and if after 7 days there is no order from the court restraining us from declaring the seat vacant, then you can now raise the issue of his right to participate. So 7 days passed, and that was the 1st of December. Then something constitutional kicked in. That is Article 112, subclause 5, which says that whenever a vacancy occurs in Parliament, the clerk to Parliament shall notify the Electoral Commission in writing within 7 days after the vacancy occurred, and a by-election shall be held within 30 days after the vacancy occurred. So the clerk was, by the Constitution, obliged to communicate the vacancy in the seat unless he has an order from a court restraining him from doing that. So the clerk waited until the 4th. Then he now decided that, well, there's no court order restraining me from communicating to the Electoral Commission. And if I don't communicate to the Electoral Commission within 7 days of the 1st of December, I, as clerk, will also stand in violation of the Constitution. So he wrote to the Electoral Commission, informing the Electoral Commission that there is a vacancy in the Panda constituency. And by the constitutional provisions of Article 1125, he is obliged to communicate to them. This letter went public, and this is what the MPP members came to the chamber yesterday morning and raised issues, saying that by their understanding of the ruling of Mr. Speaker on Thursday, 28th of November, the member for Pandai, if he filed processes in the courts and served Parliament with those processes will serve as an injunction and restrain Parliament from communicating the vacancy to Electoral Commission. So they felt that the Parliament had treated them in bad faith by having sent the message to the Electoral Commission in spite of the ruling of the Speaker. So I, as leader, decided to mediate. So I invited the clerk and I invited the leadership of the minority. They refused to come, but finally sent one of them to come. So when they came, I requested for the ruling of the Speaker. And I went for the relevant laws and said, first, let's look at the ruling. And then let's look at what the law says. And let's see whether the clerk had erred in taking the decision to write to the Electoral Commission. When we examined the ruling of the Speaker, I noticed that the Speaker was focusing his ruling on the request for the member to be restrained from participating in the proceedings of Parliament on the week before, following the judgment.
Okay.
So I said this is what the Speaker was focusing on, and actually ruled in your favor as a minority that the members should stay